Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 266. The first setup was submitted by Powie. As much as I love the setup, I just get rid of that plant. It's really not the biggest deal in the world, but literally everything is like colorless here, so it's like really trippy. Just the choice of peripherals, which yes, it's basic, it's simple, but again, this guy isn't a gamer. This is where he's producing music and stuff like that. There's not a lot of depth to the desk, which I'm sure if we were to ask him, he'd probably be like, yeah, I wish the desk was deeper. Most people wish their desks were deeper, but I just feel like there's no wrist room. You know, you have to be like just your fingers.
You were talking about the keyboard before the stream started, like how, you know, it's like, is it taking up too much space? Maybe if you got a little keyboard tray to go underneath like the desk, depending on how much the desk can hold up.
Even for just the keyboard and mouse. Powie scored at 92. The next setup was submitted by Cole. The biggest complaint that I have for this setup is in the second photo. What the motherfuck? Like, you know, the desk is interesting, got some piping going across, and you know, if that's what you want to do, nice, but cable management, this is not the jungle, you know, these are like vines wrapped around basically the bare bones of a setup. So does he need a lot of space? No. Does he need more space? Yeah, I definitely think that's something he needs to address.
Does he have space? No.
No. Yeah, I don't know how he would do it. Cool, you have your mugs up above, but is it really like the easiest thing to show off? No, you're kind of low on space. Cole scored a 62. The next setup was submitted by Jack. Somehow he convinced his awesome teacher to let him do this. He said that his teacher could get fired since the monitors are school property, so he colored everything out behind. He had to build it, cable manage it, take pictures of it, and take it down during his 20-minute lunch break. Best use of time? Maybe not. Realistically speaking, if this was a setup that someone submitted, which wouldn't surprise me because we do see people combine desks and whatever all the time. I mean, usability, is it really great? No, because you have these huge boom, you know, you move. It's not the best. Realistically speaking, it's not awful and it's not perfect, but he somehow managed to pull off, you know, Amazon Echo, the headphones, microphones.
Yeah, I wonder if he brought that stuff from home. Like,
yeah, I would assume so.
Assume only the monitors or what he took from the school.
Jack scored a 70. The next setup was submitted by Guy. I feel like that's one of the biggest complaints I have about this setup, is just the way that you were kind of shoving yourself into the corner because the speakers are a little bit closer. Your speaker's right up against the PC. You know, your TV looks off because you didn't do anything with the left wall. Personally, I would definitely go for symmetry, spread things out, center yourself to the desk, and call it a day. Then work on theme, so on and so forth. Guy scored an 82. The next setup was submitted by Preston. Great desk, great combo, terrible execution, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Terrible.
Terrible, man. I just wouldn't even bother with it. No, but seriously, usability, is it bad? No, the peripherals are good. You have your headphones off to the side. The monitors are pretty damn good. You got your Yeti over top, but just pull it over, talking to it. I think the main problem is out of sight, out of mind, cable management, and just theme.
I would agree. Maybe something to go in that corner, like to like, you know, hold all that stuff. Like, you know, you got nice, Penguin or whatever. Corner shelf. Yeah, you put your little bin there, you know, just a little something. Maybe it could hold the PC too, depending how big it is and all that. But yeah, like you said, the theme is kind of there, you know, with the penguin and all that, but not really a theme, so you need to put stuff on the wall.
Preston scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Unknown. Yeah, I mean, desk is definitely something you should change, but do I think that's like the first thing, the first step? No, I actually don't think the desk is the worst thing in the world. I think the biggest problem is just your cable management. I couldn't even be bothered to give you a score on cable management because there really was no attempt. I would understand if you separated the left monitor from touching the right monitor because you wanted to fit the speaker through, but you didn't do either.
Yeah.
So that's even worse. You know, at least poke the speaker through on the right side, whatever. Obviously, when you get a bigger desk, a nicer desk, less, you know, more under desk space, I'd probably put the PC down below, give you a lot more breathability, room for your speakers. It would just work more. Unknown scored a 58. The next setup was submitted by Drew. So like, this photo was very necessary, and the reason I say that is because, one, of course, I mean, it blends in with the American flag. He's going for the USA colors, which I love. But more than anything, it kind of puts into perspective where everything is in the room. That's above the shelf that we were just looking at. So that's really cool. So this right here is under what we were just looking at. That's his drone. He's got his cameras. I want to give it an amazing score, but part of me also has a few critiques. So really, my first critique is out of sight, out of mind. I just feel like there's a lot of, like, on the right side, he would really benefit from a drawer. Instead of having the two legs right there, don't you think an Alex drawer, because it's that little nook, would work perfectly? I feel like just maybe the laptop would have worked better where the tablet is, because it looks like there's more room and then the tablet would work nice because the Bose kind of takes up some space. Drew scored at 84. The final setup of the day was submitted by JP. Look at his doggy. Look at his doggy. Of course, I like the fourth photo because this is something we don't see often. Using controller stands, has a little built shelf. I don't know if that's from IKEA or whatever. It blends in, and it makes cable management a lot easier on the Xbox. Very interesting having the wireless, the Cisco and all that stuff right there mounted on the wall like that, but it kind of actually works really well.
It does, yeah.
Because it just right into the spot he needs. He really did a great job blending together what is a TV entertainment setup, but also his personal setup. It's not easy to do. Adding another poster above the TV, that is something I was going to say. Docking station is something I do think would look nicer because if you're not using it when you're at your desk, it would look nice closed up. JP scored a 92 and tied Powie for first place. Who do you think won? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 266.